Kraken! How's it going, guys? How are you this evening? Brandon, Kim? It is 8:30. No, it is not. Wow, 8:30. I don't know where 8:30 came from. It is 6 p.m. I guess it matters what clock we're going by, if I'm late or not. I don't think I'm late. You know what I am kind of disappointed with, though? I think YouTube's been suppressing... This I need to look into. I was thinking about this before. I think they've been suppressing videos that I put out recently. Adam, Beefy, Craig, Adam. Lots of Adam. It's the same Adam. Mark, Mr. Crazy, Joker, Adam again. Jacob, Nick, Adam again. Andrew, Joel, Mr. Crazy, again. Little noob. How's it going? Yeah. I don't know. I think that I'm just disappointed in this Die M3S video review that came out Tuesday. Views are awful. I don't know. What the deal is. It's a little disappointing. Sheldon, good evening. Or afternoon. Or good morning. Those are the keys to the mailbox. I don't need those right now. Yeah. So hopefully people watched that M3S review. I think the M3S review, I don't know. I was a little disappointed, I think, with the die guns. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed with the die gun. I expected it to be, I don't know, different. Mainly because the bolt's so different. There's no PR, all that kind of stuff. But it shot so similar to the M2 that I was kind of disappointed. Andrew, can you have a room tour? No, because this is just my living room. There's really, like, there's a wall. The wall goes over there. There's like a couch and a TV, and there's really nothing in here. You can have a room tour when I moved to Bali in the winter. I was looking at that recently. Bali or like somewhere crazy. Anyway. Hector, hello from Canada. I was thinking about going to Canada this summer. Possibly in June. Trying to just go to Vancouver for a week. Nothing crazy. Not paintball related stuff. Just Canada. For a little bit there. It's your first live stream. Someone without a name. That's interesting. Well, you're just a period. That's kind of cool. Kind of like that. I'm a fan of that. Man, it's super hard to read. If you don't, I don't know what to call you. I can call you period. When you don't have a name like that, it's super hard to read. Because it makes it look like your comment is like a continuation of someone else's comment. Looks like it, skips to the next line. You said, do you ever read your Instagram DMs? Not really. I hate Instagram. Well, I don't hate Instagram. I hate, so when I reply to people on the YouTube, Facebook, whatever it is, it's with a real computer, so I can, I don't know, type proficiently and, somewhat quick. I just hate typing on my phone, and then I just don't like it, so. I very rarely do. I know it's something that I've been conscious of that I need to do a better job at, though. There's a lot of things I need to do a better job at around here, though. I've gotten, I don't know. It's been weird the last month, so, yeah. So don't... I typically reply to the Instagram stuff, but I need to. It's real easy, though, right? You just go up there and click that little, boxy box or whatever. There's the little arrow guy. So... yeah, it's been a long time, but the last time someone sent me a DM on Instagram was 2 weeks ago, so I think so. Yeah, so it's not like they're happening all the time. Anyway. Badlands, yeah. In Chicago this weekend, there's the Badlands, I don't even know what they're calling it, but there's a 10-man, I think there might be a 5-man division. I know that there was talk about it at one point. I don't know if there is. But there's a mechanical tournament in Chicago. It's pretty cool. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have the Planet Eclipse G-Mech still, so I still have the mechanical version of the G-Tech. I might just keep that thing. I really like them. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. It's only 10 man. I know, I thought so. I was pretty sure because everything's been 10 man. But I knew I could have swore that at one point they were like thinking about doing a 5 man also. You sent me one last week. I don't have anything from last week. Literally, it's like I go to it and the first one is Caesar. That might be you. I think, is that Dre or is that like, I don't know, whatever. That might be you. I don't know. But it says 2 weeks from me, so I don't know. Either way, I'll look at it later and I'll reply to that one. If it's you, it's you. If it's not, it's not. I don't see one on there. We have Caesar, Tubba, Viking, Paintball something, Nick M12, Seth Angel. There's a bunch of people I actually know, so that's definitely not you. Yeah, anyway. I don't know. It's rare that I reply to those, so I just don't like it. It's the same thing with Twitter. But at least Twitter I can use on a computer, so that's cool. David, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. I almost said appreciated. Yeah. So if you guys have your choice, I've been looking at. We always talk about this, about me moving away, like moving somewhere. And I've looked at places to live recently. We've looked at Bali, Indonesia, and Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. You can get palaces, guys. Like in Sacramento for like $1,100, $1,200 a month, we get like a 1-bedroom apartment that's okay. Man, $1,200 there, I could get like a 3-bedroom, 2,000 square foot apartment. This like 20 stories up that like overlooks the city. This is Ho Chi Minh. You can get like a beach villa in Bali. It's crazy. Craig, sir. I forgot to send you that headband today. I will. Definitely. I'll send it to you though. Don't worry, you'll get it. I feel like high ends are topping out. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to say top out. Companies will just start appeasing people's personal preference or appealing to something. You agree. I think that there's a video that I made that was it was called like have peak paintball gun, or I don't know, I forget what the video was called. We'll talk about that, but first Chase. Thank you, sir. $9.99. What's with the 99s? Is there like a, I don't know, it's just weird. If you add a penny, it like gets you to like another tier of super chat or something. Anyway, peak, have we reached the top of paint like high-end guns? That seems to be like a question that is true for every technological industry, right? Like this computer's insane. Like if you showed this to someone in like 1995, they'd have been like, oh my god, like this is so thin and like crazy. And back then they were probably like, oh, we've reached peak processor power. But we haven't, right? It keeps getting better. Cars are like that, airplanes, like everything, you know? In paintball, I think we go through cycles as we do with most technologies. So we increased from 2000 to like 2007. I think we saw improvement a lot every single year, and then it could be argued for the last like 8 to 10 years, it's kind of been still. So who knows? You know, 2 years, 3 years from now, we could see a dramatic increase in performance. I mean, whether it's going to be air efficiency, quietness, how much the gun kicks, whatever it is. So I don't think we've reached peak, but I do think it's possible. Well, I should say I don't think we've reached peak performance, but I do think like maybe even 6 years ago, 5 years ago, we might have reached peak high-end gun sales, just because, I mean, let's face it, right? Craig, you've got expensive paintball guns, right? Like I'd prefer to have a CS2, $1,500. Still can't get one, by the way. That's another story. Yeah, I'd prefer to have that, right? But really, like, there's no reason for it. there's $400 guns out there that are just as good. Yeah. Eddie, am I going to the next WC? I don't know. Who knows? I know Junior and I talked about me being like a helper person at tournaments sometimes. Maybe. I have no idea. I don't even know what it is. I did see a question that Eddie could also answer. Edward in this chat. He could also answer. Sheldon asked, PSP 10.5 or 12.5? So I played PSP when... my nose. Kind of weird feeling. I played PSP when it was semi-uncapped, 15 ramping, 12.5 ramping, and 10.5 ramping. So I've played all of them. Semi, whatever. I think semi is okay. 15's stupid. Like 15's just like, like I don't. At this point, everybody's so good, and guns shoot so straight, and paint's so good. At 15 balls a second, I don't know how that would go. I don't know if we would be able to move as much. I mean, maybe at the lower divisions, but at the pro level, like, it would suck. Like, it would not be very fun to watch, because those guys can shoot so straight. And with guns that could shoot 15 balls a second, I just don't think it'd work. 12.5 is fast, but not crazy. But I really like 10. The year that we went from 15 balls a second, so one year it went from 15 capped ramping to 10.5 ramping. That was crazy. Like, that was awful. That huge jump in rate of fire, just, it was terrible. Like, it felt like you'd go to shoot a guy, like, it obviously isn't that bad, because that's what we all use now, but, God, it was terrible. Just that huge drop in rate of fire was super obvious and terrible. So I like 10.5. I think that 10.5 is fast, not too fast, good enough. I'd personally rather see a limited paint thing. I still think limited paint's the answer. Not the answer, but I think limited paint would make things interesting. That's my light. Yeah, I don't know. That's my thing. Something hopefully have soon coming up is going to be a... I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this, but oh well. The Planet Eclipse EMAC. Hopefully there's an EMAC review coming up here soon. So come to Modesto this Sunday. God, that's so... I was thinking about that. I was like, man, I want to play paintball. I'd really like to go to like Capitol Edge or something and try to play in the airball field. But I'm like, man, if I go to Capitol Edge, it's just like a bitch. Just like the only people that I feel like I could play with at Capitol Edge would be DMG semi-pro guys. But it's such a pain because, I mean, they're serious teams, right? They're playing NXL coming up, so they have so many, they're trying to practice and all this stuff. Modesto Sunday is just so far. I know, I'm like, it's so far away. Modesto from Sacramento is about, well, we'll say the paintball field. Extreme Paintball in Modesto is probably an hour and 40 minutes, which isn't like that crazy. I know some of you guys are like, man, I drive 4 hours. So, yeah. Some people drive crazy far. Jose, where can I get a shirt like yours, Brad? The Paintball Ruin My Life store. PaintallRuinedMyLife.com/shop. That's where you can buy those things. Damn, Infamous, Eddie said it. NorCal Infamous is coming down. That's far for them. I'm complaining about driving an hour and a half. And the Infamous guys come from like an hour and a half the other way. So they drive like 3.5 hours or something like that to get there. That's crazy. Wasted Wags. That's the wrong button. There we go. True semi thoughts. You know, I don't know if I could like anymore at this point. because I haven't talked about True Semi in so long, accurately explain True Semi. It's so hard to explain. Was it capped at 12? Was that the cap? So True Semi was say like this is what this represents 1 second, right? And then we break this 1 second up into 12 chunks. So we break it into twelfths. A bunch of super chats. We'll get to them. We'll get them. We'll break those. We'll move this over. Yeah. We'll break that 1 second up into 12-second chunks. And True Semi would only allow you to. This is how I'm remembering, at least. Only allow you to shoot one ball in that 1/12th chunk, right? So if you pulled the trigger twice, nothing happened. One ball would come out. So it was really crazy. So sometimes you would get into this rhythm where you'd pull the trigger 2 times in this 12-second chunk, and then skip this one, or no, you'd pull it twice in this one, and like nothing would happen, and like, I don't know, I'm not explaining it correctly. I have to sit down and remember. It's super confusing. It's been like 4 years since I've talked about it. It was absolutely awful though. That's one reason they only did it for one tournament. I shot 2 separate guns that had that programming. God, whose did I shoot? Someone on Impact, and then Greg Sewers' who did Greg play for? Greg play for Infamous at the time? I don't know. It was terrible. I'm trying to think about how to explain it, and like, I know I could sit here and think about how to explain it, but I don't want to sit here in silence for like 3 minutes. Sorry. It's awful. I think it's a bad thing. I think that just regular Semi capped at 12 or something like that's fine. This like True Semi nonsense is terrible. Mr. Crazy 112. Thank you, sir. What pump gun do you think is the best? Love your streams. Thank you. I appreciate the super chat. Best is hard, right? Me personally, this is what always happens. I think that there's, right, someone down there said, Blake said, I think a Zodin, Blake, right, where you go, right there. It's always backwards, right there. Said, I think a Zodin is the best pump. I kind of think that too. I think that it's hard to say best, because like, what does best mean? Is best like money is no object with best, or is value have something to do with that? I always seem to think that when I'm talking about stuff, value is going to have something to do with it. So I think the KP3 is one of the best because it's such a good deal. They're great guns. They shoot well. Everything's good about them. So the KP3, because they're $260 now, $250. And then I really like the Bob Long MVP. Constantly say that. So it's either KP3s, just because they're such a good deal. And if you want like the best without any price, I would probably say, yeah, MVP. Or the CCM guns. I mean, the CCM guns are also great. Inception make good pump guns. There's a lot of good stuff out there. So, yeah, MVP is what I would choose, though. But I feel like you can't go wrong with CCM stuff either. Or the Inception stuff. Yeah. David! Would you upgrade from an M2 Moss Air to an M3S? No. Nope. Although what I would do is probably sell the M2 and then buy something else. I'd probably sell the M2 and like get a 3.5 or a CS1. That's probably what I would really do. Really do. No, that's what I would really do. But I wouldn't upgrade. I don't know. You don't have a name. I can't say a name. I just ordered my dream gun. It looks nice. Thanks for good video. Good video? Thanks. No problem. Thanks for the super chat. I will still I don't know, reply to some Instagram messages. Maybe your message is in there somewhere. Yeah, I wouldn't upgrade. I mean, I don't know. I just don't like the die gun. I'm just not a fan of the die guns. I think the Planet Eclipse guns are more reliable, they're built better, and they shoot better. So I'm a fan of them. But I don't think that, unless you just had the money to burn, I don't think that the M3S offers enough for me at least to go out and upgrade to it. I think the difference between the CS1 and the CS2 is quite drastic, right? So, but then that matters, right? Like some people, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. They're not all that much different, so whatever. Brian, do you think the 315 is the greatest gun ever? I don't know, honestly. I have no idea. I think that it's been out of all the paintball guns that I had, it's probably been like the best. Like, you know, the easiest on paint and reliability and all that jazz. It probably wasn't my favorite paintball gun I've owned, but it's probably been like the best one I've owned. But I don't know if it's the best ever. I mean, it's probably going to be something newer, right? Like, the CS2 might be the best ever. But I also think that the ETHA 2 is probably the best paintball gun ever made. I mean, in reality, you know. Much. Pablo, have you shot the LVR? I don't know. Maybe? Honestly, don't know. I couldn't tell you. I owned an LV 1.5, though. It's the same thing, really. It just looks different. So, yeah. I mean, I'll say yes. Just because I feel like I shaved and I didn't, I trimmed my beard hair up. And I didn't get, I feel like I didn't get this part. It's like, the hair's really long right there. So, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Best mask gun, or $150. What is the best mask gun? $150. I mean, $150. So whatever. Say 180. I mean, if you can spend $150, you can bump up to 180. i5. Yeah, I think the i5. I keep thinking about getting an i5. I kind of want to get a die i5, and just a black smoke lens. I keep thinking about it. Jason, 160R. What's the deal with delayed CS2 shipments? They just, you know, I mean, like anything, they just can't keep up with demand. That's all. It's like this every time. Yeah, they just can't keep up with the demand, right? Like, they announce it, and then they start making it. I think that... I don't know what the answer is. I mean, those guns are all made in the UK, and, they take a long time to manufacture. That's part of the reason they're expensive. I don't know the answer to that, though. I don't know, or I don't know how to fix that for them. I think that the only real answer would be... I don't think that they can just, temporarily increase production. So, I don't know if, for, say, the first 6 months of manufacturing, they triple or double the amount they're manufacturing, because I don't know how they would scale back from that, right? I don't know if that's possible. I have no idea. And I don't know if it makes sense necessarily to start manufacturing the guns and then, 2 months later it'd be like, oh, the CS2, and then you have a bunch of stock. Because you could find issues once you get the guns into the customer's hands. Like they have found. The DSRs had a problem with the reg pistons. A CS1, when it came out, had problems. All these guns typically have little teeny quirks in the first couple batches. Brock said Jack Wood explained the delays on PB Nation. I don't. Yeah, he might have said something, but this is always the case. It's not just Planet Eclipse. Anytime any new product comes out, whether it's from Eclipse, Dye, Empire, GI, MacDev, it doesn't friggin' matter who it is. These paintball companies just can't afford to mass produce products at the scale that we're used to seeing in some other industries. But we still see that in other industries. You see that in cars and bicycles and phones and everything. Because there's this huge surge of demand, and then 6 months later, it's not a lot of people want them. So you can't, I don't know. You just got to keep making it the same scale, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a supply chain person or a manufacturing person, so I don't know. Yeah, but it's like that every time. Every single time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't know, though. I think that people talk about that with Apple, how Apple might be doing it on purpose to stimulate like, I don't know, interest. I don't know what the word is. I don't know what the word is for that. I have no idea. But at the same time, it's like, man, why? Why would they do that? Why don't you just sell the things when people want them? So, yeah. Who knows? There's a bunch of people that super chat that I totally missed. I'm sorry, guys. We're getting to it. Trevor, is the Etha LT a good buy? I don't like the Etha LT. I think for one second. I think for paintball guns, in that price, they're definitely. My computer is wigging out. There are definitely better options. So I would for certain. What is going on? Why is it asking my password? Yeah, so for like, what are they, $300? I would definitely say lots of things, right? I think it is worth the extra money to spend and get, I don't know, the Mini GS, because it's only like, what, 70 or $30 more now? We're just waiting, man. Like, wait an extra whatever amount of time is necessary and just get the Etha 2. Like, the Etha 2 is leaps and bounds better than the LT. I think the Etha LT is the worst paintball gun Planet Eclipse has probably ever made. There's definitely worse guns out there, but it's the worst gun they've ever made. We'll say that much. Okay. David again. Thank you, sir. With the 279 Canadian. Again, weird number, random numbers. Have you shot the CS2? I have. Worth the upgrade. It matters what from. From the M2, I think. Well, like I said, I would certainly rather have CS2 over the M2 or the M3S. There's too many like 2s and 3s in there. But it matters. G-Tech, I thought a bunch of Etha 2 questions, and I was like, Etha 2 is cheaper. And I was like than the LT? What's bad about the LT? It's just really clanky and like loud and like clank, clank, clank. I just don't like the way it shoots. It's just kind of odd. They just feel really brutal. Yeah. Dexter, is there a Discord? There's a Discord, yeah, in the description of this. I don't know where we go in it though, but there definitely is one. Have you shot the CS2? Anyway, back to that. Yes. I don't, like, I've shot it, but I haven't, like, thought about it when I was shooting it, because, like, most of these guns, when, like, I'm reviewing them to, yeah, most of these guns, when I'm reviewing them, I will shoot them and, like, think about it, right? Like, what does this feel like? What is this similar to this? How is this compared to the generation before this? So how does like the CS2 compare to the CS1 or the 3.5, or how does this compare to the M3S? When I shot the CS1, it was during a live stream at the field, like I was streaming from my phone. It was on like a tripod, and like I kind of just like and like shot it, and I didn't really like think about it much. The one that I shot at least definitely was, I don't want to say quieter or louder or kicked more or less than the CS1, but it definitely felt and shot different. And I think that it matters, right? If you've been using the CS1 for the last year and a half, 2 years, and you're like, oh, I want a new gun, I could see going to the CS2. But don't expect, and people shouldn't expect it to be like crazy more reliable or crazy this or way better at this or anything like that, because this is just probably not going to be. And then it does feel different. It does feel like a smaller gun. So if people liked the CS1, like if you like how big the CS1 is, you're not gonna like the CS2. I mean, the CS2 definitely, the best way to describe the CS2 is a CS1 that feels like a 3.5. Because it kind of feels as long, like, as the CS1, but like a little bit more compact, and the frame feels like the 3.5. So, yeah. Which CS2 Pro colorway is your favorite? I don't know, probably the Aftershock one. Just because it's like, normal anno. It's not that crazy graphic stuff. Aftershock. I really like the New York Extreme ones. I like that silver that they have. Or Manchester Firm. That Firm gun that featured recently in a Paintball Ruin My Week session was really cool looking too. I really do like the New York Extreme ones though. I'm a fan of that like Dawn, Exalt, Dawn. I'm gonna email you after this. Today I spent the whole day shuttling around a grandparent. Didn't really, yeah. That's happened all day today. I'm gonna send you my phone number through an email. Call me tomorrow. Anyway, we'll deal with that later. Joseph, just got an Axe Pro. What do you think about it? Have you gotten the chance to play around with one? Yeah, certainly. I've played with Axe Pros multiple times. Big fan of the Axe. Yeah, big fan of the Axe. Whether it's the Pro, the 2.0, or the original version. Yeah, I like them. I think it ultimately matters how much they cost you, you know. But they're great, so yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say they're good. These be good. Was my decision to get the Lux Ice over the LV1 a right one? To me, no. So I think that people ask like, or they want to like when they go to watch like a review on this channel, or when they ask me. That's a good one. Ryan was like, "Hey, Exalt, send me free stuff." And he's like, "Yes, we do offer stuff in trade for cash." What are they saying? Yeah, I think people come to here and ask questions here, and then watch videos. And anytime like I disagree with something, or say, "Oh, you should have done this," or like I would have done this, or I like this, it like upsets them because they want like reassurance that they made the right decision or something like that. I don't know. So like you'll find that like go watch. There's a recent video, somewhat recent, called like it was a paintball question time video where I was like, paintball fields should not allow first strike against rental players. And there are so many people that dislike that video, and they're like, "You're an idiot. You know what you're talking about." Read the comments in there. It's crazy. Because they're disagreeing with what I think, and then they think I'm an idiot because we disagree on a topic. Like, and well, first of all, they don't even understand. Anyway, your decision, Lux Ice over LV 1.5. So I don't think so. I don't think I would have bought an Ice over a 1.5. I think the 1.5 is more reliable, definitely easier to fix, easier to get parts for. Just a better paintball gun. But at the end of the day, right, they all just shoot paintballs. It's not like the 1.5 is going to shoot further, be more accurate, or any of that crazy stuff. So it ultimately comes down to preference. Yeah. Sebastian, hey Brad, what's the best bang for the buck? What's ball gun? A Tippin 98. No, I mean, I don't think that there is such thing as like woods ball guns, right? I think that unless you're like mag fed, I mean that's the only thing that like you could say, you know, you can't really use a, I mean you can use a mag fed gun on a speedball field. It's just kind of difficult. So I would say still the Ether 2. But I think about like woods ball and I think about like Tippmany style guns. I'm really a fan of the Tippmans. I love the Tippmans. I think that one of the best paintball guns ever made is this right here. Oh, the Tippmann A5. I love the A5. I think the A5 is a little front heavy, so it doesn't stay up on the stand. I love them. I think that they're one of the greatest paintball guns ever made. It really doesn't stay up on the stand, though. That's kind of annoying. David again. You rock. I know. Thanks. I don't think so, actually. I have moderate self-esteem. I want this to stand up. Thank you for the advice. Absolutely. What was my advice? What did you ask me? M2, CS2 stuff. Sure. We'll get CS2 as upgrade for M2. So one thing too, hold on, I'll say something else. For your advice, go to Montreal. I say Montreal. We say in the US like Montreal. Montreal over Vancouver in June. Better food in cities. Yeah, it for sure, but Vancouver's only like an hour, like a 2-hour plane flight. It's really easy. Montreal's like, it's like way across over there. It's just much more of a like ordeal. That's the problem. I have a lot of things planned, and that's my like June is the only month I don't have like a trip planned for this summer, and it was an easy, quick one. I feel like, man, if I go all the way to Montreal, I'm like, man, I might as well just go to like. Then we gotta go to New York, and like gotta go to Philly, and like, I don't know. And I really wanted to take the train to Canada too. I wanted to train so bad to Vancouver. I don't know. Who knows? Ultimately, I don't really want to go to Canada either. I really want to go to Bali. Yeah, that's another story. A whole other story. But thank you, David. It's much appreciated. You know, Tippmann A5. I was like, someone said Tippmann A5, first paintball gun I've ever played with, or first paintball gun they ever owned. I never even owned a Tippmann A5. I mean, I own this one, but like, I've never actually like played with it. That's what I should use. If I go to Extreme on Sunday, I should use this. I don't really have anything else to use. Hayden Brickwood, appreciated, sir. Keep up videos, thank you, much appreciated. Huge fan. Do you have an Instagram? Yep, in the description of this, or you can just search Paintball Ruin My Life. It'll come up. That's what it is. Instagram.com/Paintball Ruins My Life. It's pretty easy to find. I would say like I'm moderately, sometimes post stuff on there. Do live streams every once in a while on there from this thing. Yep. My favorite restaurant in the world, Lord. I don't know. I'm not that much of a food person, so I don't know. I'm really not. I mean, I eat, but like, I'm not like all crazy on eating many items. So I do think that we're gonna look into this, but I am pretty confident that YouTube is suppressing this channel somehow, which is how it goes. Just the amount of views that have been coming lately, and the number of people in the live stream is weird. Yep. Who knows? Ooh, Freak XL is okay. Yeah, my test, when I tested the Freak XL, like I got whatever different results from that. Drew said you should hit up the subreddit paintball on Reddit. Last time I went in there, it was discouraging because everyone just talked shit about me. So, not everybody, some people. So I prefer to steer clear of it. Yeah, there's this thread about me being like annoying and like I didn't know what I was talking about, and yeah. Let's read some of them. Who wants to read some of the? Oh, we probably can't find it now though. That'll be the problem. So yeah, because of yeah, that's the problem, right? There wasn't like all bad things about me, but there's definitely like I don't know. There was somebody posted a thing about like, why doesn't this guy have more subscribers for the me, Paintball Ruined My Life thing. And then some people were like, that's because he's an idiot. But I feel like that's Reddit, right? Reddit's like, it matters the groups, right? I feel like, you know what I really hate is I just hate comments on the internet. I hate comments. Some of the live streams, like big live streams, are just a freaking cesspool. And like, some of the Discord stuff, it's like, God, like, Twitch stream chats and like, it's just all like idiots. Everyone's like, Trump, 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 or like just some nonsense. It's like, God, it's just awful. I don't know. I'm trying to find trying to find this damn post, but we really want to read some of like, man, I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, you know what I could do? I know what I can do. This is super exciting for people. This really like ruined my day when I read this. Matt said, Trump is my hero. There's nothing wrong with it. Whatever, sure. People like Donald, people don't. Whatever. It's just annoying. Like, why do you gotta type that in the chat? It's like, what if I just go to a chat and I'm like, Obama, Obama, Obama? It's like, what? Like, what do you? I don't know. She's just annoying. So anyway, we'll not do that. Who's got questions for me? Questions. Drew. From some Reddit, channel sucks. One, channel sucks, he sucks. I don't know what that means. The B from mine? I don't know if there's... are there more comments? Man, it looks like it mostly stopped. I want to find... there was one that was like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I found it. We're gonna peruse it. I definitely think one of the main reasons this Paintball Ruined My Life channel is not growing so much is because this is paintball, and there's only like a certain I don't know, level that we can actually reach. So one of the comments. We're going to read one. One of the comments that I found somewhat kind of interesting was like, oh, no, that's not one of them. I don't know, whatever. We're not going to read them. Hey, go find it. Go find it on Reddit. It's a quite an interesting, it's a good read. Paintball subreddit. Paintball is a violent thing, and children must not ever be exposed to horrificness of it. Paintball is violent. I mean, straight up, we shoot people with stuff. I mean, I don't think that. I think that there's a. Is violence inherently like. Is violence inherently angry though? I don't know. That's a weird thing. Because you could say that paintball's violent, but I don't think it's, like, angry, right? Like, we're not, like, typically, like, yelling at each other and, like, mad. Whereas, like, there's different sports, like hockey or, like, American football or whatever, that I would say are violent and angry at the same time. Paintball's biggest hurdle is that we shoot people. I mean, straight up, like, we shoot people with stuff, difficult. What's really going to be difficult though is when I can't like do this channel anymore because YouTube totally starts banning all the shooting stuff. So that scares me. We've talked about that. Brock, using or involving physical force intended to hurt, damage, or kill someone or something. That's probably the definition of violence. So I guess paintball wouldn't be like violent then. But neither would any sport then, because I mean, you're not typically in sports trying to like hurt people. I mean, like we look at American football, and the guys aren't out there like trying to hurt people. But if they get hurt, then yeah. Drew says Facebook already censored paintball groups. So for about 3 years, 4 years, Facebook and Google have both been censoring ads though. So Facebook and Google, in their policy at least, do not allow advertising for paintball stuff. So you can't advertise your paintball field or paintball park with Facebook ads or through Google AdWords. There are little like tricks. There's ways to like game the system, but if they see it, they take it down. So they don't allow it. Which kind of sucks. But at the same time, like, you know, I get it. Like, you know, we're shooting people and guns and like mass shootings and kids dying, and like I get it. They want to steer clear, as far clear away from that as they can. Which makes sense. Phil found a good comment. We're gonna read Phil's comment. Hold on. We're gonna read Phil's comment. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, so they've not allowed advertising, Google and Facebook. And then Facebook's definitely started like just deleting groups, like paintball groups. Like they're like gone, and they just kick it off. They're just like done. That's why in this Paintball Ruined My Life Facebook group, we've not allowed, I mean, I'd do it, but we've not allowed selling stuff. So people won't, if you post something up and you're like, oh, you sell this, Facebook does not like that. They do not allow you to like sell firearms, and then they include paintball guns and firearms. So anytime like people are like, oh, I want to sell my paintball gun, I'll delete that shit. And most of the moderators, they do too. It's not really a problem, though. Most people don't do it. But then definitely I'm doing raffles on there. Like I'm raffling off paintball guns. So I'm selling paintball guns. But I'm like, you know what? I started this whole damn thing. So I own this group. If we're going down, it's going to be my fault, not some random guy, Bill, that lives in Iowa. So yeah. Yeah. Phil found a comment on the Reddit that says, Phil said, did this guy hurt your feelings? I wouldn't say like hurt feelings, just discouraged, right? I think that anyone, first of all, no random person on the internet is going to like hurt my feelings. It's just discouraging, right? When you work hard at something and then people are like, oh, he's an idiot, or like whatever. He says this, right? Phil found this comment. It says, his style gets tiresome. Whoa, I totally lost it. His style gets tiresome sometimes. That's fine. I'm perfectly okay with people like, oh, I don't like your style or talking. No, his comment was okay. I wasn't too concerned with his. This comment was, his style gets tiresome. He's knowledgeable and his stuff is well put together. That's what I care about. That's what I care about. That's all I care about. But sometimes how he talks annoys the crap out of me. Like, I'm perfectly fine with that comment. I am perfectly fine with people's, that opinion's good. But the people that are like, he doesn't know what he's talking about and he's an idiot. Those are the ones where I was like, man, like that sucks because no, right? Like you find someone that's making videos on YouTube about paintball. I don't do this to sound arrogant, but none of them know as much about this paintball industry as a whole as myself. And that's fine if like you don't like, if you don't like the videos because I'm annoying, right? Like there's tons of people out there like actors or like YouTubers or whatever it is that like, I think their content's good. Maybe they're good actors or like, you know, the quality of the video is good. But I just don't like them for whatever reason. That's perfectly fine. That doesn't mean they're a bad person or whatever. Yeah. But this like when they're like, oh, it's freaking awful. Everything about it's bad. I'm like, have you ever seen like, watch anything? I'll give you if you've watched some of the like the real old stuff, but I think that the newer stuff has gotten considerably better than a year ago. So. Snowflakes. I also think that this snowflake craze is not real. I think it's nonsense. Matt, when will you see CS2s out there? What do you mean? Like, when will I have mine? I don't know when I'm gonna have mine. Lots of people have them. I probably know like 50 people that have them, but I don't know when I'll have mine. It's on the thing. Okay, there we go. Jenna Marbles, that YouTube girl. I don't really like her. Some about her is annoying. But she's popular. But that's great. I mean, she's good at what she does. So there have definitely been like big people on the internet that have played paintball. None of them do it. Yeah. Stay stoked. Best paintball pants. So right now, there's a review coming too. So right now, I would say I really do like three things. I like the vintage air pants, vintage paintball, owned by Aaron Foley, paintball store in Minnesota. I really like those. They're $100. Also really like the GI Sports Glide pants or the Raza HMD pants. They're the same thing. And then the Exalt T4. So look vintage air, go vintage air Raza HMD, Exalt T4. And then soon here, within the next month, there's a bunch of videos lined up. But in like the next couple months, there's a Bunker King. I honestly forget what they've named them, but the Supreme Light Pant. They have like a new lightweight version of their Supreme Pant that we saw at World Cup, and they are excellent. I really liked them, so we'll see. We'll see if they're good. Vintage Eagles Gray Pants. Yeah, I love their pants. Horrible marker prices for their Vault. Yeah, I think it's because they don't want to sell them. They're not like, I think some of the guns they have in there are like $5,000. And like, I think it's just because they just want to put them on there and show them off. I don't think they're trying to sell them. Hey, if someone buys them for $5,000, I'm sure they'll sell something crazy though. I'm curious what they have on there. I know I've looked before. I've kind of thought about it. I think that if I got a CS2, I might send them my gun and be like, you know, make it crazy. Because Vintage do a bunch of like, where is their Vault though? They do a bunch of like crazy custom work on paintball guns. You should go find them. They're just Vintage Paintball on Instagram. They post all their stuff on Instagram. It's really good. They do a bunch of really cool stuff. I'm not gonna randomly search their Instagramage. Yeah, Vintage Paintball. They have a field and store. Anyway, there's Jake. Jake's back. But Jake said, Jake, you know what I thought about? People seem to like Jake. They seem to. They don't really like him. They just seem to like him. I was thinking, but the problem with this is the live streams are at 6 o'clock on Thursdays. Maybe, it'd be really interesting. It'd be really interesting to do a live stream at Predator Paintball in Rocklin, California, maybe on a Thursday, live at the paintball store. And like customers would come in and we talk to customers maybe, or like, what would that would be interesting? A live stream at a paintball store at like 6 p.m. I don't know. I think that'd be kind of interesting. It could be really weird. It could not go well. But it could be interesting. I've also thought about doing it at paintball fields. I think that one of these nights, so this is something that's going to happen. So Capitol Edge Paintball Park, that's local to me, right? They're like literally 15 minutes away. That's where DMG plays. In the summer, they always do like night games, not night games, like evening speedball games. So like at like 4 o'clock or whatever, everyone goes out there on Wednesday nights. Wednesday nights at like 4 o'clock, whatever, and they play till sundown. I thought about doing live streams like this with like all set up and everything at the paintball field, and like maybe like I don't know. Something at the actual field. I don't know. I think it'd just be interesting. But I think it would be cool to go to the paintball store and do a live stream there. I was like, oh, maybe we should probably wait till they're closed. But I'm like, man, that's like 8 o'clock, and like, God, by that time it'd be 8:30, and like it's so late. So, yeah. Oops. Definitely kicking people for emojis. Yeah, I don't know. Jonathan, what pro team do you think will win World Cup? I don't know. I mean, I think it's stupid. Like I've said before in these, like, whatever. I think it's stupid to, like, bet against Impact. At this point, it's like, Impact? You know? I mean, like, who else would you pick? It's just crazy to pick anybody but Impact. So, Edmonton Impact. That's my guess. As always. Poppy5, do you think Aspire 4 will come out in a couple of years? Yeah, a couple years maybe. I mean, 2020? Sure. By 2020 for sure. Yeah. Elevation ain't gonna win Cup. That'd be cool. I mean, I'd be all about it. I think that'd be like one of the coolest things ever in paintball, or professional paintball at least. If Elevation won World Cup, that'd be awesome. Need underdog teams. I'm 100% about underdog teams. I want AC. I mean, I don't know if I'd consider AC Dallas an underdog team anymore, but I want AC to win a tournament. I don't want Impact to win. I mean, I don't dislike Impact guys. I just don't. I mean, it's just like boring, you know? It's like, oh, Impact's gonna win again. But I've always talked about this too. I think that it's good for the league to have like these 5 super teams or 4 super teams or whatever it is. Because it's compelling. It's cool when Dynasty plays Impact, or, you know, when Heat play the Russians, or when X Factor play Dynasty, or I don't know, whatever. It's cool, right? When we have like all the teams that are just as good, it doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't have that same interest or like excitement around it or whatever. You know, you're tired of seeing X Factor. You know, I don't know if I would say I'm tired of seeing X Factor, though, because they haven't won in so long, right? It's been a long time. I would like to see Impact. I think it's been a long time. I don't know, man. I would like to see X Factor win a tournament. I'd like to see Damage do well. There's a lot of teams I want to see do well. Ultimately, I want to see all the teams that don't do well do well. Yeah. That's always what I want. Is the TIPX worth it as a sidearm? Maybe. I mean, I think the TIPX is the best pistol you can buy. That's the one I would buy, at least. There's not too many options, though. I mean, you have the like First Strike or the Tiberius guns. But yeah, I think the TIPX, like this right here. I know I have one somewhere. Well, I thought I did. There it is. TIPX. That right there. Yeah, I think this is the best pistol you can buy. They're reliable. It's pretty, I mean, it's fairly reliable. It's reliable for a pistol. They work decent. What I've never understood, like, I get it if you want to use all pistols. I think that using, like, just a pistol is pretty sweet. If you just want to use a pistol. But, like, if you have it as a sidearm and you have a regular paintball gun, like, you have 2 guns, like, just, you know, take more paintballs. Like, that's what I've never really quite understood. I feel like in real life scenarios, guys with, you know, huge M16s or, like, rifles and sidearms, use rifles in certain situations, and then when they get, like, up close to people and want to, like, you know, use a handgun or a pistol, it's in a smaller enclosed area. And, like, we're not really doing that with paintball, so I don't know. It's never really made sense to me in paintball. I think it's cool, though. If you want to use, like, just a pistol or, like, dual pistols, I think that's kind of cool. I think that's kind of nice. You should do that. That's what I want to do. I've 100% always wanted to go in the airball field with just a pistol and just like run and just like wait and just boom, boom, just do a run through and shoot like 2-3 guys with just a pistol. Just wait for the right opportunity. Just book it and be like, boom. I think it'd be super fun. A backup, right? But then, like, I don't know, like, well, sure, absolutely rifles are, I'm not saying they're not ever used in, like, close situations, but I think that I get backups. I don't know. I just don't, in paintball, I just don't get it as, like, a backup situation. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand it. Whatever. To each their own, though. As I've always said, this whole thing's about fun. So you need to do what makes it fun for you. We'll say that. Nathaniel said, please make a video of you playing with a pistol. We'll figure it out. Next time I go play paintball, I will use the pistol. I hope it works. I'm not really sure if it works or not. I've had this for like 4 years, and I don't even think I've used it ever. I've never shot it. It's been used, but just not by myself. Yeah, it's easy, right? Do we put a GoPro on the bottom of the two and put the one on the head? No. I think pistols only is fine. Like, I think it's a great thing, but I just don't understand the whole backup thing. Yeah. What do you think about Trek 5? Trek 5? Is that the new Star Trek? Ethel? E-Tech 5. There we go. I like the E-Tech 5. I think it's great. It's, yeah, good. I don't know what to say about it, man. They're great. I talk about those often, too. Teacup grip, like holding it like this. I don't know how I'd hold it. I'd probably... Dude, I got big-ass hands, though. So how do I hold this? Like this? Whereas this thing is huge, too, and, like, my hand consumes it. How about like this? Do you play Fortnite? I don't play any video games at all. None at all. I play 0 video games, so 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Yeah. I should look for. Jake said he uses GoPro mounted on the bottom rail. I should look at. I don't think I have any. I don't have any like Picatinny GoPro rails. It's not that big a deal, though. I don't know. I think that... Let me see. Scoping out my barrel collection. That's the A5 barrel. This will not work, but this is A5 threaded. Cody Horner! Thank you, sir. I'm possibly getting an LV 1.5 with the Dia de los Muertos, is it? Colorway 1300. I think I've seen you talk about that on the Paintball Ruin My Life group. Is it a good deal, or should I pass? It's brand new. You know, I don't know, honestly. I don't know what those guns sell for. This is cool, though. The Dye Ultralight on a Tippmann A5. I think it's pretty sweet. You know, I couldn't tell you. I mean, personally, I would pass just because I don't want to pay $300 extra for it looking cool. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you what those guns are worth, though. I think brand new, weren't they? $1,100 though? Are you gonna pay $200 more because it's rare? I think. I don't know. That's just not me, though. I mean, I'm fine with it just being like black and simple. I could care less what guns look like. But if you like it, go for it. That's a horrible answer to your question, but it's true. That's how I feel. Yes, Inception Design Jack, make a Picatinny/Weaver GoPro mount. I don't really like that Dia de los Muerte gun either. I don't know. $9.90 for new stock colors. Yeah, so they're $1,000 for base colors. I don't know. That's just me. That's what I would do. You know what I'd probably do actually though? If I had 13 and I wanted to spend it on 1.5, I'd probably buy an LV 1.5 and then get it anodized. You know, like spend that $300 and get some cool anodizing. I mean, you're not gonna get it like, you know, cool like the printed you know, Eclipse guns, but you could get some cool anodizing. I have a friend who does a bunch of anodizing stuff. Owns a company called Stained Works. That's what I'd go to. That's what I want to do with my. That's what I want to do with. Whatever. Dye sublimation. You can't sublimate paintball guns though. The machine that Planet Eclipse uses is insane. It's literally a printer. It's literally a printer. They like put the gun in a machine and it literally like prints anodizing onto the gun. It's insane. It's insanity. Yeah. Insanity. I'm gonna go, guys. 707. 707. What is 707? Is that a jet? I think it's a plane. I think it's a plane. Thunderstruck Anna. You mean like the lightning? That like a lightning, like ching, like the lightning stuff. Like Bob Long did 737. 737 certainly a plane. 707. That's a zip code. Maybe that's something. That's a zip code around here in the Yay area. Zip code, Jake. That's right. I was like, well, 707 sounds familiar. Sounds familiar. I do think YouTube is suppressing this channel though. Guys, if you would, when you watch a video on here, and you like the video, if you don't like it, don't do this, but give it a thumbs up, please. It's so much helpful. I don't want to be that guy who's like, oh, like the videos and subscribe and do all that jazz, but if there's something that you liked, maybe like, you know, the review comes out for, you know, that mask, right? That base goggle mask review's coming out. If you see that video and you like it, just, you know, be like, that's cool, thumbs up. It's helpful. It helps YouTube know that people liked this video. And this is what I think happened recently. YouTube did an experiment on this channel, and they promoted the hell out of the banned First Strike video, where the video I was like, I think First Strike should not allow it with rentals, or whatever. And a lot of people watched it. A lot of people disagreed, and they thought that First Strike should be used with rentals, so they disliked the video. And then I think YouTube, since that day last week, has not been promoting so many videos on the show. So if you like something, yeah, like it. That'd be awesome. It'd be really super cool. You could, you know, even make a comment like, oh, this video is super cool, or like, this video is neat, or I didn't like this, or I liked it, or ask a question, or, you know, whatever. That'd be cool. It'd be appreciated. Maybe share it with your friends. We gotta make this thing work, dudes. Gotta make it work. If you like it, you know, this guy's gotta make money. I got to pay the bills, unfortunately. Hey, a couple weeks ago, when you were at Capitol Edge, I yelled, hey, I'm not gonna yell that. Hey, am I gonna be on YouTube? But you never responded. How come? I don't know. I didn't hear that. Where did this happen? There was a time when someone at the field yelled Brad, I think, super loud. And then I like looked around and like didn't see anybody. And then I was like, oh, maybe they didn't yell my name. And I think I even talked about it in the live stream. And then I think I saw a comment somebody left on the live stream that said, "Oh, that was me that yelled," and I was like, well, "I didn't see anybody." I don't know. I probably didn't respond because I didn't hear I didn't hear you. That's all. Yes, that was you. I did where. I don't know. I just didn't hear you. That's all. Right in the beginning, I'm gonna go watch. I'll watch it. Because I remember reading that comment, and then I've been distracted from YouTube comments recently, just because they just don't. Sometimes, yeah, that's all. I just totally missed it. I remember reading the comment. That's all I remember. I don't actually remember hearing it in person. Armando. Hey, Brad. I listened to you. I'm getting 160 next week. Good. Congratulations. Excellent paintball gun. Yep. All right, guys. I'm going this time. This time for real. Like I said, like these videos. Not this one necessarily. If you actually, like a video and it's useful and it's cool to you, give it a like. Tell your friends.